Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and we're going to look at another game for the DECO Cassette system. This game is called Zeroize. Zeroize? I don't know for sure, I'll just call it Zeroize. But it was created for the DECO Cassette system. Not all games came in that same cabinet that were for the DECO Cassette system. Some of those cabinets had just wood grain side panels. And the one in that picture, Tomahawk 777, I think that's what it was called, was not a DECO Cassette game. So not all the ones in that ugly cabinet were DECO Cassette system games, but for the most part they were. But this was created in 1983 by Data East. And this has a pretty long boot up screen. Most of them were shorter than this, but this is pretty long. At any rate, this game is kind of interesting. It takes place in a space arena. You are a space vehicle, like a little car, and you have to destroy a certain amount of enemies. And the way you destroy them is to charge into them. You have a charge button, and you have a, I'm not sure what you'd call it, but when the enemies bump you, you spin, and what you don't want to do is touch any of the walls or touch anything along the walls, and you don't want to fall into space. There are holes in the arena. You don't want to fall through those. But the enemies are trying to bump you into dangerous places like that. And you have a charge button, and when you charge into an enemy, you knock them backwards. So it's a game of knocking the enemy into walls or into the holes. And you have the other button is to recover. Maybe it should be called a recover button. But when you get spun around towards a dangerous place, you hold down the recover button, and then you'll stop spinning around. And you'll want to keep a finger repeatedly pressed on the charge button. I don't know why the screen goes all funky here, but you want to keep charging the enemy, but also keep your thumb ready on the to go on the recover button, because those enemies will bump you and you'll be sprawling backwards, and you'll want to hold down that recovery button when you do, and you'll recover quickly. There are sometimes teleport chambers. You can go in one and then emerge out the other one. But yeah, this game takes place in an arena, and you just keep destroying the enemies until there aren't any more, or maybe the last few will escape, and then the round will be over. There will be a challenge round every once in a while. I think it's after you complete 2 levels, and then after you complete 6 levels, and after that I don't know, but you get the opportunity to collect a bonus item that appears and moves around the arena. And you can get bonus points for knocking the enemies through space, or knocking them into each other and causing them both to crash. And on occasion, a special item will float about the arena. There will sometimes be... That's really ugly. There will sometimes be giant enemies that can't be charged into. One of them will kill you if you run into them. But you can bump the smaller enemies into them and possibly cause him to explode, and you'll get a special bonus. And you also get a special bonus for knocking the enemies into space. But this, yeah, bonus bit is what they call that little item that floats around. Yeah, that flashing guy, he is deadly to touch, and he's called a meteor. Weird. But you don't get a bonus car. It said no bonus car. It's kind of nice that they tell you that. You don't get a free life after whatever points. But yeah, notice when he's flashing, he's charging the enemy. And you can't run into any of the walls or you die. Don't know why they call it Zeroize. But we'll get started in a little bit. You're called the Arupa. What? Where the hell did they get these names? But yeah, you use the charge button to slam your opponents backwards and hope that you knock them into a wall or into the side of the teleporter, which can also kill you, or through space, through the holes in the arena. Yeah, black hole, like that. Yeah, the high score list is fairly tough to get to. You have to get 50,000 points, and that's tough to reach. Let's get started. Yeah, you just wail on the charge button to bump into the enemies, and when they knock you backwards, hold on to that recover button. Yikes. There are 3 different types of arenas, I think, and then they'll repeat, but there'll be new holes in the arena, or more teleporters or whatever, faster enemies. There's that bit that appears. It's worth 1,000 points, I think it said. And again, if you knock enemies into each other, causing them both to crash, you will get a bonus. Might be 1,000, might be 2,000. And, crap. They knocked me into the wall. And those giant guys, they can only be killed through bumping another enemy into them and knock them into the wall. It's the only way you can destroy the giant enemies. Yeah, I get a bonus for knocking an enemy through space like that. But don't go too close to the walls if you don't need to, because you get bumped. You might not have enough time to use the recover button. And don't wail on the recovery button, just hold down. You'll usually recover in time. And I beat the first round. Takes a long time to complete a round. There's a lot of enemies to have to deal with. It'd be nice if you could at least get like a counter of how many enemies you have left to face, but you don't. I don't know that using the teleporter really helps all that much. I'm not particularly great at this game, but it doesn't seem like there's... I've played it a little bit, and I didn't really see much use for the teleporters. Definitely want to collect that bit. Even though you can't earn points for an extra life in this game, which is also kind of stupid. Yeah, those guys are leaving the maze. And you cannot touch those flashing guys. Damn it. Now I have no more extra lives left. It's after this level that if you beat it, then you go to the bonus stage. When you hear the music speed up, then the level's almost over. Now you just have to collect all the bits that appear. Hover around the middle of the maze because they're generally right around there. You won't get any points when that point meter goes down to 0. Crap. Damn it. Crap. Oh, I already got one. And we're gonna go to round 3. This kind of spacey looking one here. But yeah, keep wailing on that charge button, and ooh, that was close. And charge into your enemies. Try to maybe stay away from the edges if you can help it. And get ready to hold down that recover button, because the enemies will eventually bump you. Whoa, I almost fell into space there. Don't want that to happen, and don't touch that flashing guy. Whoa. And you have to bump enemies into those big guys. It's the only way you can beat them. Oh boy. Ah, crap. Well, that's my game. I didn't quite get 50,000 to get on the high score list, which sucks. I'll show you in a second what it looks like to do that. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Tomorrow I'm going to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo to meet some friends from AtariAge.com forums and play free video games, maybe meet some game programmers. Gonna be exciting. I gotta get up real early to go though. I've got an all-day Sunday pass. I want to get there to be able to play games and not have them hogged up. It's going to be busy. I'll put in my initials here. On this show, some staff members from Data East during the initial selection screen. Well, that was Zeroize by Data East in 1983 for the DECO Cassette system. This is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching Zeroize by Data East in 1983 for the DECO Cassette system. I will catch you later in the near future with another DECO Cassette system game. See you then, folks. Bye-bye.